What's up, y'all? This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam, and welcome back to the program, and welcome to a brand new episode. As the title states, we are here to discuss the latest single from the enigmatic group known as John, or perhaps not so enigmatic group known as John, because with their single that they just released, they also dropped a music video to coincide with it that actually features Audrey Mika, who she herself had a bit of a career as a solo artist, and she's one of the members of John. And I'm sure if you can do a dumpster dive, or not even a dumpster dive, a rabbit hole on the whole crew of John, you'd find that a lot of them are music industry veterans to some degree. And that kind of leaves me possibly to talk about the next segment, I guess, because there are some things to discuss beyond just the single itself. So let's go ahead and get to the next segment. So there are a few things I want to specifically address in this segment. Number one, as I had mentioned previously on another episode, if I didn't already state it, is that John is performing at the Moroccan Lounge on August 7th, which is around a week away at this point. And by the time this episode releases, it'll probably be closer to 5 days. And the reason that I bring this up is because not a lot of venues are willing to take a chance on a band, especially when it's a financial risk. And for John to be featured at the Moroccan Lounge, it kind of tells me that they either fronted the money themselves to rent the space to do this show, and especially on a Friday night, like that is just like a real, it just sticks out like a sore thumb, because any other band would be featured on a dead night like Wednesday or Sunday, when people are less likely to come and perhaps there's more upside. Let's say the talent buyer sees the potential but doesn't want to risk one of his heavier nights, let's say a Friday or a Saturday, for this band. So they put them on Wednesday and Sunday. And if the outcome's good, hey, you know what? Next time you come around, for sure, you at least got Thursday or Friday or even Saturday, because we know you can sell. But this is a band that hasn't performed at all in any capacity live. And for them to be featured as a headliner on Friday, that says a lot. It either tells me that the talent buyer of the Moroccan Lounge knows something that we don't. And if I had to say what it is, I mean, we already know that Audrey Mika had a solo career herself, and some of the members, if not all the members of John, are music industry veterans in different degrees. So we know this band isn't starting from ground zero. So I could certainly understand why they're not playing a place like the Love Song Bar, which is a bar that could probably fit 50 to 75 people. They're not doing showcases. They're doing this show as a headliner, and it's either that they paid the money themselves to rent the space or whatever it is, or, like I said, the talent buyer knows something and he already sees the potential or knows where this band is going and is willing to take a chance on them. And to, I guess, further my point, I may revisit this first one within the second one, but the other thing to mention is that they've also been added to the Ones to Watch playlist, the Now Watching Ones to Watch playlist, which the blog itself is catered towards featuring rising or new artists. And Coral has been a song that's been added to the playlist. So what is perhaps surprising, or what some of you may not know, is that Ones to Watch is a blog that is owned by Live Nation, although it says House of Blues Entertainment is a division of Live Nation Entertainment, which is a promotion that is known the world over, here in the United States and perhaps around the world. I mean, they own a number of venues. One here locally in Southern California is the Observatory. I'm sure there's other ones, but that's the one that I know for sure. But that that tells me that they could be potentially on the radar of Live Nation, and I wouldn't put it past the members themselves who probably have their own networks that they leverage to get themselves in spaces like that to be featured on Ones to Watch, or get the attention of the right people. And perhaps that's the reason why they even ended up at the Moroccan Lounge, because uh it's kind of a nice place to start, to, I guess, make their debut performance. It'll work out for the talent buyer. It'll work out for them. I mean, I don't even know if this thing is sold out, but if it is, then, like I said, people theoretically know something about this, right? Like, I just don't know how this whole thing works, or how the strings are connected, but I'm just very I'm very inquisitive of how all this came together. Not only just for the I guess performance itself at the Moroccan Lounge, but just kind of wondering, how did they get on the radar of Ones to Watch? But it's not like this has been a rapid rise to success. No, this has been a slow boil. They've been running ads on Instagram. They've been making these great music videos that I can't even I can't even hate. They're fucking phenomenal, man. The people that they're working with, whoever they are, I'm sure there's credits in their music videos to say who and each individual that helped them. They're all there, and I can probably turn this into a laundry list, but all this to say that I do think that these guys are very talented, and I think what they're doing is authentic. I know you guys probably feel like I'm turning this into like a a witch hunt, to similar to Geese, where they talked about that marketing agency, or rather people talk about the marketing agency Chaotic Good, that stirred up a bunch of controversy for creating the buzz around the group, making fake fan accounts and all that stuff. And I even made my own episode about a similar situation that has cropped up with Universal Music's 1824 marketing team that leverages, I guess, 18 to 24-year-olds to influence people with their content creation, using influencers to sway public opinion about Universal artists. I don't necessarily know if that's the case here with John. I don't think it is, because the music is that damn good, and I don't think they need anybody helping them to get to where they need. If anything, they've just been making that happen themselves, which is probably more in line of what I'm trying to get at, is that they're trying to make this happen by their own means. But like I said, I just want to know how that show at the Moroccan Lounge happened. I just want to know. I don't know I don't know if I'll ever get that answer, but that's kind of the way things are for me personally when I ask questions like that. I know people don't want to hear that shit because they don't want to tell me how the magic trick is done, and that's okay. If that's your secret to keep, then fuck it. I don't need to push any further than I need to, but just know that I am an extremely inquisitive person, and that's just the way I am. So I'll leave it at that, but let's go ahead and get to the song itself. I'm sure it's a fucking banger, because I've been really looking forward to some of the music that they teased, which it sounds like it's one of the tracks that was, I guess, teased in their stories. It was like a 15-second teaser for a song that sounded like contemporary rocksteady music that features Audrey Mika's vocals. So I'm very much looking forward to it. So we're going to go ahead and check out Coral. You can, I guess, click on the link if you wish to, if you want to listen along with us, or if you want to wait till the very end of the episode to watch the music video. Whatever way you want to listen, go ahead and do so. And the reason that we don't play music on the program is because of the fact that Well, we don't want to get copyright stricken by YouTube, and we don't want to have problems with the rights holders. So, in order to avoid all that, we just leave the listening experience to your own discretion, at your own convenience. Do it whatever way you want. But I'm going to check it out. I'm going to watch the music video, and we'll meet back here and talk about it. So, anyways, this is Coral from John, their latest single, and we're going to give it a listen right now. All right, welcome back. That was John with their track called Coral. Let us know in the comments what you thought about it. Once again, I'd just like to point out that whatever I said previously, I hope that doesn't sound antagonistic. Like I said, it's just I'm really inquisitive about how music works in general, how promotions work, how talent buyers work. I just want to kind of understand the scope of everything. And that's more or less it. But anyways, with respect to the music itself, Coral has to be the best track that they've made since the first single, which was John. And to have this really, and not in any negative connotation, but this minimalistic, rocksteady sound with the drum kit and these guitar chords that are played, it's fucking beautiful, man. And there's a little bit of record scratching, and this piano note that's kind of reverberated or chopped up in some way that is really adds to the aquatic feel of the track. And the music video itself is pretty awesome. I mean, there's this one scene where Audrey Mika, well, to start it off, Audrey Mika is just kind of wandering through a fish store. I'm trying to think of like the appropriate word for a store that sells fish. But anyways, she's walking through these tanks and looking at different fish, and she just closes her eyes and ends up in a underwater world with different landscapes. There's like a underwater city, and then she kind of finds her way around with different aquatic animals like an octopus, a smiling shark, and there's this one beautiful scene with the whale. There's a whale that, I don't know, it just stood out to me that she's looking at or whatever, and I don't know, that's one of the standout moments, just in addition to the fact that the animation is so cool. It's, I think, paper cutouts, but it's also those old clear sheets that would go on projectors that your math teacher would used to, write on and would project onto a screen, and he would make math problems. I mean, that was how it was done back in the day. But anyways, and that would help with like the animation of the water itself, which is something that happens throughout the music video, is the bubbles that pop up and her descending down into the water. It's all done on these like clear sheets that probably make it really easy to change things scene by scene or to create the flow of water. I don't know, man. I just think this team, what was it, a Working Class Kids production, they did a fucking outstanding job. Directed by Gabriel Simone, animation director Ethan Anderson, animated by Wyatt Carson and Ethan Anderson, story by Gabriel Simone and Luke Wilde, live action DP, I'm not sure what the DP stands for, Ellis Grant, live action edit and color KK. So that is the whole team, and I'm sure if I looked into each member, I'd probably get more answers about the scope of John's network and probably paint a bit better picture about why this band is so successful at this stage, at least in terms of what I can see, why things look so awesome when it comes to John, even with their visualizers on YouTube. I mean, man, I really love that first music video with the single John, and it's a guy working at just at a wood shop or whatever it is, cutting wood, some kind of carpenter or whatever the fuck he is. But yeah, I mean, to do these like slice of life things, and in the way that they have done it, with the exception of this Coral music video, everything they've done as far as visuals and even in terms of the music has just been a knockout for me. And it's the reason that I like this band so much, or perhaps even love this band so much, and why I think they're the thing that is perhaps one of the more promising groups within Southern California and perhaps in music in general. I just see the potential. Like I've seen the potential from day one. I thought it's something that it could be. I thought it was something that could reach the platitudes of a band like Jungle or Salt. I even asked them directly if they are signed or if they're just keeping that under wraps. Didn't answer my question as usual because nobody really answers my questions. So I'm just left to use my podcast as a platform to create answers for myself. Or never have my questions answered, and it's just something that just reverberates through time and space. But I just have the utmost faith this band is just going to be one of those things that's going to find its way, and not just financially, but also in terms of its popularity, that it'll find the right people, because these are all guys that have been around for a minute. Talking about the members of John, Audrey Mika, and every other member of John, that name escapes me. I mean, I talked about it in the first episode. One of the producers was interviewed on YouTube by some Italian guy. And I even watched that. I tried to learn as much as I could about this band. But there's so much that's an oxymoron. What a weird paradoxical statement to make, but there's not a lot available about this group. They're probably trying to keep it that way to add to the allure or mystique or whatever it is, even though Audrey Mika is probably the fronting person for this band. But I digress. I just wanted to say that I have a lot of faith in this band. I think my suspicions will be confirmed once I see John perform at the Moroccan Lounge. It's going to be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. And just to even add on to this, I met a couple people at a couple different shows, and I have even convinced them to come out to see John because even they see what I see or hear what I hear. So, you're welcome. I sold 2 additional tickets to John just by word of mouth and spreading the good word, or the gospel of John in my own way. I have convinced some people to purchase tickets. But anyways, that's going to do it for me. Thank you for checking out this episode and listening to my ranting. But anyways, I'll catch you all next time. I'll see you later.